Hello, everyone. I'm Mike Jones, president of the Medical Exercise Training Institute, and I'd like to take a moment to talk to our medical exercise specialists, post rehab conditioning specialists, medical exercise program directors, our advanced medical exercise specialists, and anyone out there that provides exercise for clients with medical conditions to help them bridge the gap between healthcare and fitness. Now, folks, we've come to realize that the next 20 years will be the golden era of medical exercise training. You say, why? Folks, the aging of the baby boomers and their increasing access and utilization of the healthcare system, but also continued cutbacks we see across the board in healthcare. Now, for the last 30 years, we've trained medical exercise professionals on 6 continents to bridge that gap between healthcare and fitness. And you've done a great job. And along the way, we've identified what we call the medical exercise specialist business success path. We've identified 6 key characteristics that successful medical exercise practice owners exhibit. Either they do it themselves or their practices do it. And we find these 6 are ironclad in helping you become successful. So I know all of you out there are looking forward to this golden era of medical exercise training, but do you have the practice set up to manage this increase in clients so you can produce outcomes for them and communicate effectively with the medical community and have a profitable practice? So if you don't mind, let me tell you about these 6 key characteristics. These 6 key characteristics are in our business success pathway, and the first one is clarity. Folks, we find the most important characteristic is the idea of having clarity. Do you have a clear vision of what you want your practice to look like, the types of clients you want to work with, the income you want, and the referral sources you want? Now, with our medical exercise specialist business success pathway, we have a coaching system that goes along with it. We're going to coach you to these 6 key characteristics. So one of the first things we're going to do is help you get clarity on the practice you want and the goals for that practice. Number 2, systems. Folks, many of you know I'm a physical therapist and I had a number of physical therapy clinics at one point. Well, guys, I was great at treating the patients, but I was terrible at the practice management systems. Getting documentation done, coordinating the scheduling of patients, I was a hot mess. And I realized I needed to put practice management systems in place, which is one thing you need to do also. Practice management systems include systems on scheduling, billing, documentation, communication, marketing, developing medical relationships. Folks, the practice is beyond you. You have to have systems in place so you can manage the most important person in the practice, which is you. But along with that, if you add additional staff members and you have an increase in the number of clients, you need systems in place to make sure everything works. Systems allow you to cross all the T's, dot all the I's, and make sure everything works out. So in our coaching program, we'll help you install systems that are necessary in your practice. Number 3, specialization. Now, I know right now in the fitness industry, getting every possible certification is the goal of a lot of people. But we find for our successful medical exercise practice owners, they're looking at specialization areas, usually 2 to 3, and they're looking at getting the certifications or attending the educational offerings to help increase their ability to produce outcomes for clients in those specialty areas. We also find that these individuals, with this ongoing education, we also find these individuals have the competence and confidence to communicate effectively on an ongoing basis with doctors, therapists, and chiropractors that will refer clients in these specialty areas. Specialization is a key, and with our coaching program, we're going to help you find the specializations that work best for you. Number 4, marketing. Now, folks, I know at the end of the day, coming home after seeing your clients and giving your all, you're exhausted. One of the things we find that every medical exercise practice owner that's successful, they have a marketing plan that they've already put in place. So it's a system they put in place and it's executable whether they're tired or they're not tired. It runs on automatic pilot. They already know who their ideal client is. They already know the services they provide. They already know the price points, and they know the key phrases and slogans to use to attract these clients into their practice. We'll help you establish a marketing strategy for your practice with our coaching program. Number 5, relationships. Now, folks, the most important thing if you're in a medical exercise training practice is relationships with medical providers so they can keep referring clients to you. And you can establish a dialogue, a communication dialogue with them. We find our most successful medical exercise practice owners have established relationships. Not just they get referrals, but relationships with medical providers in the community such that they can communicate on an ongoing basis. And the medical professional understands how medical exercise training can help the patients in their practice. Vitally important. And that's one of the key components we're going to coach you on with this medical exercise specialist business success path. And lastly, outcomes. Not only should the successful practice owner produce outcomes for the clients, but also outcomes for the medical provider, or they should make sure the medical provider understands what the client's outcomes were. That means they report, they share their findings, and most importantly, it now allows the medical professional to get a better understanding of how well the client has done with the medical exercise training and what they need to do next. So it does help the medical provider establish an outcome. Outcomes are vitally important. And these 6 key characteristics are vitally important if you want a successful medical exercise training practice. Now, notice I said practice and not business. A business, you're always out there banging the pavement, knocking on doors to get new clients. Great. But we also know that practice owners, they have the ability, they manage their clients so well, they treat their referral sources so well. Those referral sources and the clients are always referring people back to them, and they come back for their ongoing services. So we're going to teach you how to move your medical exercise training business to a practice, and we're going to teach you these 6 key characteristics, how to incorporate those into your program. So with that, we've established the Medical Exercise Specialist Business Success Path coaching program. Now, this coaching program has a number of components. The program is based on one-on-one 90-minute coaching sessions, not 60-minute, but 90-minute coaching sessions. You need 90 minutes to absorb everything that goes on in that coaching session to get clarity on it so you can now go out and act upon it or execute. Our program is based on either 3-session packages or 6-session packages. It's up to you which one you want. So we give you a little bit of flexibility. And with this program, you get access to our medical exercise specialist network where you can communicate with like-minded medical exercise professionals around the world, as well as we have a number of resources there. You get access to our MES Masters program, which meets every other Thursday evening. It's a live webinar, Zoom webinar, and we have medical exercise professionals from around the world that are sharing their best practices, as well as talking about their most challenging clients, so you can see what everyone else around the world is doing. Next, we also give you access to our documentation and communication course because, folks, I guarantee you, over the course of this golden era, you're going to have to document and communicate even more with doctors, therapists, chiropractors, and even insurance carriers. Next, we have our Medical Exercise Specialist Jump Start program. We put this program together. It is a 6-module program that goes deep into setting up your own medical exercise training practice. So not only are you going to get coached on this, we actually have a module that you can review on an ongoing basis to help reinforce what we're going over in the coaching program. And then lastly, you'll get access to our Advanced Medical Exercise Specialist Manual. This is the digital manual, so you'll be able to download it immediately, and that download will now give you guidelines, protocols, procedures, and the operating guide to build a successful medical exercise training practice. Now, with all of this, we give you a $200 off coupon. You can use the coupon right away, and if you go down below or go over to messuccesspath.com, you can get registered right now and start your coaching. Now, this coaching is vitally important. You'll get a coach that has experience building a medical exercise training practice or teaching medical exercise professionals. In many instances, they are a successful medical professional, so they're going to give you the ins and outs and do's and don'ts on building a practice, but we're going to help you build the practice of your dreams. Not based on what we want, but based on what you want. So please, if you would go over to messuccesspath.com, this $200 off coupon is available right now, or if you're on the page, look down below, select the 3-package or the 6-package option and get started right away. Now, we're looking at the beginning of 2025 coming up here quickly. Folks, I urge you, get started with coaching now because I guarantee you it will be the best investment you'll ever make in building your medical exercise practice or taking your medical exercise business from a business to a practice. Please, if you would, look down below. Make sure you go over to messuccesspath.com. If you're watching this video someplace else, get started. The need for medical exercise training is very powerful and will go exponentially over the next 2 decades. Please, if you would, build your practice the way you want it to look by utilizing our MES Success Path coaching program. All the best, and I look forward to seeing you along the way on your MES Success Path.